3 ways to attract prosperity into your home. Coming up. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Ernesto from AttaBoyCowBoy, and on this channel, we give you health and wealth tips to help you be more successful. Now today I'm going to share my 3 tips with you on how to attract prosperity into your home. But first let me go into energy a little bit so you can understand why this works. When I studied physics and calculus and all this stuff, you learn about the laws of physics that Albert Einstein developed. Basically, the first law of physics is that energy is not created nor destroyed. So I snap my fingers, those sound waves go on for eternity, in theory, right? I tap the countertop, the energy goes on forever. And the same thing goes for humans. I've worked in the hospitals for over 20 years. I've seen a lot of people, come and go out of this earth. And basically you see the life cycle and how energy even transfers in humans. So when people say, oh, he died, people don't actually die. Their energy transfers. If you believe in Buddha, Jesus, Allah, whoever you believe in, you know that there's an afterlife, there's reincarnation, or whatever it is you believe in, or heaven. But sometimes, as my cousin Barbara told me, people get stuck in the middle. Okay, and those are people they call ghosts. If you've ever seen that movie, The Sixth Sense, that's a true story, by the way. My friend Stanley hired that psychic, that kid who's not an adult. You can hire him. He'll come to your house, he'll talk to you, he'll tell you who's in your house, all that kind of stuff. He's a medium. He can talk to people on the other side. In terms of energy, those people can get stuck in your home, in your apartment, and they can do things to you, good or bad, okay? I once purchased a house and I just started having a lot of problems in my life, including like 7 people dying in 6 months and all these other things going on. And my girlfriend at the time spoke to a psychic and she said, hey, the psychic said that, you got ghosts and all this. And I thought, oh man, that sounds kind of weird. I'm not really into that, but I thought, sure, I'll try anything. So they got me in contact with this lady who was a PhD in paranormal psychology. All right, she's a doctor. She came down from San Diego and she came down with her apprentice to do a cleansing on my house. It was interesting because they did all these different things in the house with crystals and with burning sage and with, a big eagle wing and stuff. And, things actually started getting really good for me. Everything changed around. I felt better. I was happier. So it could be the placebo effect, who knows? But over my lifetime, I'm almost 50. I've studied with the shamans in the Amazon. I've worked with American Indians. I have family members that are psychics and all this other stuff. And I work a little bit with shamans and they're helping me learn about building prosperity. So sometimes I have tenants that are a pain in the butt or they're not nice people. They do bad things and all that kind of stuff. So when they leave, you want to clean the space, okay? If you move into a new apartment, you want to clean it. If you own a house and you have a lot of visitors or whatever, or sometimes it's just good to do a general cleansing, just like you clean your house. Energies could come into your house, right? People can send energies your way. They can wish bad things on you, all that kind of stuff. So you want to kind of protect yourself. So let me go over the first strategy. The first one is real simple. It's sage. This is California sage, and I'm really proud to say that this stuff is sold around the world, and they import it from California. It grows wild here in California, and it smells really nice. People dry it up, and then they put like a string around it. They sell it at Venice Beach. They sell it everywhere here, but you can also buy it around the world, and it burns really nice. So basically, you just light it up. It looks like a big cigar or something. And it gives off a really nice smell. And this was developed by like the American Indians, okay? And you can see here, it doesn't flame up. It starts giving off a lot of smoke. This will burn for a long time. It burns really slow. So you go around your house and you cleanse it. This helps get the energies out and actually helps clean your own energies. I'm Catholic, so I go to the windows and I make crosses, okay? And I pray as I do it. I go over the doorways, I make crosses, I pray. I go to the corners of the rooms, I go up and down with it, I do the whole house. It leaves the house with a really nice odor. and it's smoky and it just kind of airs out for a few minutes. It's a good idea to leave the windows open so the energies can, I mean, they're gonna go through the walls anyway, but you just want more airflow so things can flow out and get the smoke out of your house. And it's not gonna leave your house smelling ugly. It smells kind of nice actually. So that's the first one. It's pretty simple. It's sage. I use this periodically. I keep some of these in a bag. When I have tenants moving out of apartments or houses, I go in, I sage the house. You know, if I feel kind of like not good or I got things going on in my life that I'm not real happy with, I sage my house. I even sage my car. You know, I'll sage my closet, my clothes, stuff like that. So sage is the first one. Easy. You know, these are about, you know, $2, $3 on eBay, or you can buy them in the street. They're great, okay? Now, the second strategy, which is a little more interesting, I learned this one from my shaman. You get a metal bowl. You can get like a tinfoil bowl or something, and you pour salt in there. You know, you can put about a half a cup or a cup in there, okay? Then you get a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and you pour the rubbing alcohol in there, and you're gonna do this in every room in the house. So this particular house here was rented and the people moved out. They weren't real cool. They're very problematic. They complained a lot. So I kind of want to clean the energy out. You know, I don't want that vibe here. I don't want to attract that kind of people again. And I also want to just kind of forget about the whole situation. They were actually not very cool. Now again, the type of salt you use doesn't matter. Just use whatever salt, okay? And then it's just rubbing alcohol. That's it. That's all I'm using. I'm gonna put it in the metal bowl. I get the lighter and it lights up. I don't know if you can see the flame there. Yeah, it's pretty big. And you just put it at one in every room and you just let it burn out. So the idea is, again, you're trying to chase the energies out, and it burns for like a few minutes, and you just move from room to room. That'll help clear out energies. Another one I've also heard from people is you get salt, you get a pinch, and you drop it in the corners of your rooms, of all the house. So I've done that one also, okay? So this thing's burning pretty intensely. I'm gonna put this over here on the stove, and then I'm gonna go into the third strategy. All right, so the third strategy is pretty cool. I got this one from my shaman. You get a paper, and this is called a money jar. Now, if you Google this, you're gonna find all sorts of different ways to make money jars. There's a lot of different strategies, but this is the one that my shaman taught me, so I use it. I get a piece of paper and I write what I want on it. Now, I have one in my room on my altar. You just get a recycled jar. This was like a pasta jar, mayonnaise jar, whatever you want. You just get one of these and make sure it's metal. Metal's better because you're gonna burn a candle on it. But I also use plastic lids. Sometimes that works just fine. You write what you want on the paper, your intentions. So in this case, I wrote 108 is rented with quiet, respectful, low maintenance tenants. That's what I want here. That's the address here, 108. And I like to put a big happy face on there to attract happiness, right? So now I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna fold it up and I'm gonna put it into the jar, okay? Then you get some fresh herbs. You can use basil, you can use, bay leaves. I like to use my favorite. And I'm gonna add it in there. It smells really pretty. So I'm gonna put some rosemary in there, into my jar. And then you're gonna put some money in there. Now, you can use foreign currencies, maybe they're a little cheaper, they're lower value. So now you're gonna fill it with money, and you can put like foreign currencies or whatever, but I have dollars, and it is the best, the strongest currency in the world, the most publicly used. So I'm gonna use dollars. I'm gonna use some coins, put a few coins in there. Again, it doesn't matter what denominations, I just happen to have some quarters. So I'm gonna throw quarters in there, and then you just fill it up with bills, okay? So I have some dollars here. I'm gonna start filling it up with dollar bills. And so I don't have to use so many, I kind of just crumple them up so they take more space. All right, and now the jar is like pretty much full. Then once you have it like full, you're gonna get a little bit of whiskey, okay? You're gonna pour some whiskey over it. Okay, there's some whiskey. And then you're gonna seal it up. There it is. So I got my coins, my dollar bills, my rosemary, the paper with my intentions, and a little whiskey. And then I'm gonna get a green candle. This is enough. You can just do this. You can keep this in your room, you know, or if you're trying to attract a tenant, which is what I'm trying to do here, I'm gonna leave it in here, this money jar. The only thing is that it'll probably keep those tenants there for a long time. So you can hide it somewhere, and you know, those people will stay there a long time, but if it attracts someone and you don't like them, or you don't get along with them, that might not be good. It might keep them here for a long time. So I usually just use it to attract, and then I remove it when the people move in, okay? Now, to supercharge this, you can get a green candle for wealth. And I do this in my house, and I do it here in the properties. And I just kind of burn a little bit of wax there on top so it doesn't fall. And then I'm gonna just leave it sitting on top of the jar, and I'm just gonna let it burn out. Okay? So here we go. I'm just gonna leave it there, and that's it. So those are the 3 strategies of what I use to help attract wealth in my own home, to clear energy from units when I'm gonna rent them, and also for like my family and my friends if they have strategies. So again, number 1, the sage. Number 2, the salt with the rubbing alcohol you burn in every room. And then number 3, the money jar. So I hope that helps. And from Los Angeles, California, this is Dr. Ernesto. Thank you and goodbye.